Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRPs was the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I just want to start off with one of the biggest misconceptions around crypto, and that is institutions are here, institutions are utilizing the technology, they are adopting it, all that kind of stuff, right? It's false. They're not here yet. As we do look at all of these major players on the Ripple website, that's right, it's on the Ripple website, none of these players are utilizing crypto technology yet. We are in before the big players are in. I've talked about this many times, right? Like, we are seeing major innovations happening around this space. We are seeing massive solutions being created. And even Ripple, right? Like, RippleNet by itself is a game changer for these traditional players. But then when you combine it with XRP, that's when things get very, very interesting. But I did say over on Twitter, I said, I don't think we are right. I know we are right about being in this space. For the first time in history, the retail sector has a chance to be invested before the big bankers / Wall Street get their hands on it. Do you know how incredible that is? And yes, right? Like 99% of the general public does not understand the significance right now about being in crypto. They just don't. A lot of people look at crypto as just a gateway to, getting rich quick. Oh, I'll invest my money in on Monday and, maybe by Friday I'll be rich. It is such a false idea around crypto. It doesn't work. It's the number one reason why most people that jump into crypto actually lose money, because they are blinded by short-term, expectations, or they get shaken out. Whatever the case may be. This is a historical moment for the retail sector to finally have the upper hand. And also, talking a little bit about the institutional grade sector, NASDAQ. This is actually a very interesting video that got posted by XRPville over on Twitter. Check this out. NASDAQ president and CEO halts crypto because right now the regulatory framework is changing.
It's hard to have a discussion about the markets these days without talking about crypto in some way, shape, or form. And you made an announcement today about pulling back in part of crypto. At the same time, you're going forward, for example, with BlackRock applying for an ETF. What does NASDAQ want to do with crypto, and what do you not want to do with crypto?
Yeah, so we do want to help really advance the ecosystem with our technology. We provide trading technology, surveillance technology, and then we also, of course, will work with BlackRock, Valkyrie, and others to bring tradable products onto our exchange so that the potential for there to be a Bitcoin ETF that allows for retail investors to kind of invest in the asset class through a very resilient marketplace. I think, though, that as we thought about being an operator of a custodian solution, being a custodian in the U.S. market, we also do like to be able to operate in a pretty well-regulated environment and a well-understood regulatory framework. And right now, that regulatory framework's changing. So we decided to halt those efforts right now and really just focus in on the tech business and on the listings business.
So that's a fascinating point, because then I have to ask, if and when the regulations get clarified, federal level, state level, does that mean at some point down the road you might reconsider and go into it more aggressively?
Well, we've actually built all the products. We're now productizing them to be able to sell to other market operators. The question is, would we at some point, become a market operator? I think it really depends on what the regulatory framework looks like, and we'll have to see how that goes. I think that'll take a while to shake out.
And I want you guys to realize what's happening here, right? Like, they're planning, they're getting ahead of this massive, big shift. And that massive, big shift is a regulatory framework in place. That's the last obstacle in the road. So as we do really kind of look at this, it is a big moment, especially for all of crypto. While 99% of the general public is asleep at the wheel. Check out this from Anthony Welfare. Ever since July 13th, we have been repeating the same song. Just to remind peeps what the judge said. XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a security. Now repeat until you remember. Happy weekend all. And this is from Stuart Alderati talking to someone who who still doesn't understand that the token itself is not the security. Is like explaining to a flat earther that the world is round. And yeah, like, a lot of people are still in disbelief of this. We are still seeing a lot of people, disagreeing on this. The significance of XRP being cleared as a, not a security, if you will, is a big moment around regulations to streamline things, to put them into place. That's why I said, like, this case is huge for all of this entire, crypto space, because, as you really kind of take a step back and realize the significance of this ruling, it provides a crucial example to be utilized as substance within every single case going forward, and also to really align a global regulatory framework around crypto so that we can have that harmonized approach, which I've been saying is the most likely case around having regulations. And also, from Stuart Alderati, we do see over here, a securities agency only has jurisdiction over securities. No security, no rule for the SEC. Meaning the SEC, guess what? They have no jurisdictions here. Pretending to have jurisdiction when there is none is simply a political power play. It helps no one. It hurts everyone. And this is from Brad Garlinghouse, an important topic. This is, by the way, a massive bomb drop. An important topic has come up about protecting retail. The SEC created this mess by proclaiming it was the cop on the crypto beat when it had no legal jurisdiction. Where's that gotten us? Consumers left holding the bag in bankruptcy court while the SEC holds press conferences. It's absurd to blame a judge for faithfully applying the law. We all know legislation, not more regulation by enforcement, is the only way forward to provide clear rules and protect retail. Glad to see more members of Congress like Rep. Ritchie, Patrick McHenry champion this. And yeah, listen, this is huge. This is huge, right? Like, as we really kind of look at this, one thing that I do want you all to realize is that the SEC has failed us. The SEC is an entire agency. I honestly don't even understand how they are operating still today. And I don't even understand how Gary Gensler still has his position at the SEC. But as we do look at the future around the space, we know that Congress will most likely provide clarity for the entire crypto market. It's going to be a little bit of time, though. I said probably within the next 2 years, and that's being hopeful, right? This could still very well take, a lot longer than 2 years to have that regulatory framework in place. But, once we do have it, it's green light. And it could happen well sooner than the 2-year time frame. But I'm just saying, like, this is a huge area of focus, right? Like, what happens next around regulations? And we do see down here from BlockTake, Brad Garlinghouse to add, it is absurd that the market has acted on a ruling by a sitting judge after all this time with certainty, only to have that clarity obstructed once again by the SEC. Exchange relist to XRP. Exchanges, relist XRP based on legal data. Holders and new retail once again bought XRP. The SEC is playing at market manipulation, actively hurting the very people they are sworn to protect. And, when we look at the SEC, I think that they are a mere puppet in the game that is being played here. I mean, I think that the retail sector is actively getting hurt by these puppeteers that are, anti-crypto. They have to make an example of the retail sector so that they can push their strict regulations on the space and, grab all that control just to give it back to the suits, right? We all know the games that are being played here. They are sick games. They're obviously not beneficial at all for the retail sector. But as we do look at the SEC, yes, this agency, why do they still have any ounce of power at all? Well, guess what? It's not because Congress hasn't been doing nothing. It's not because, nobody out there has been doing nothing. No, it's the fact that nobody wants to do anything because it's all there. It's all by plan. Even the Congress bill, right, that recently got, brought up, the 21st Century Digital Assets Act or whatever, we debunked it. It's still limiting the retail sector. It is comical to me that these people are trying to play the good guy act when we all know that Congress has dropped the ball, the SEC has dropped the ball, and all these agencies within the U.S., I've called them all scams. The IRS, the Fed, the SEC, you name it. They are all here to, guess what? Hurt you. They don't care about you. They don't care about uplifting you at all. They don't care about helping you either. It's all designed against you. And also, over here from Chris Larson and Michael Arrington discussing U.S. regulators and the SEC back in 2019. Shout out to Anderson for this. Michael Arrington, the SEC is the single greatest evil in stopping the U.S. from being competitive in crypto. Check this out. This is from 2019.
I think what it means, though, is obviously the U.S. regulators have got to step up. I think they're doing a pretty good job, but we haven't. Wait. Got to give credit. It's hard.
Okay, so
it's hard work.
Let's take the statement of we think the U.S. regulators are doing a pretty good job, Let's wrap that up, and let's put that over here for one moment, right? Let's continue with China, but I want to just come back to that.
This is being recorded, you know, so they are going to see all that, so.
Because they're bastards. I mean, they really, I think we have a difference of opinion on the U.S. regulatory ability and willingness to do a good job. But all right, let me pick up one of these guys over here. So we have, let's bring this over where the SEC is doing a good job. Now, I understand that oh, you didn't say the SEC. You said U.S. regulators are doing, what did you say? You said that they are.
They're working hard.
They're working hard.
They're working hard. There's a lot of cross currents here. There are a lot of bad guys. There's a lot of good stuff going on.
What's the good stuff?
It's hard to tell. Well, rewiring the financial system of the world. Getting an internet of value is a fundamentally good thing.
Well, that's good stuff in crypto.
What's the good stuff for the world?
With the regulators? Like, if you took it.
They understand that. I think they understand that our SWIFT correspondent banking is antiquated. It's broken. We need a new system.
God, you are just so on point. You are just so on point. You got right back in.
Well, but everybody understands.
No,
I think.
Look, it's a fair point.
No, the ad networks that run the internet as we know it. That I think everybody wants to throw that out, and web monetization through blockchain technologies is a solution there.
But you would agree that the SEC is the single greatest evil in stopping the U.S. from being competitive in crypto. You would say that, right?
I'm going to take back your socks.
Let's put this back over there. I know you can't say things that I can say but I know how you really feel about that. But the Trump gets it.
This is his own. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to go too deep into this.
I did not say that.
So yeah, I mean, obviously it's kind of comical discussion here, but as we really kind of look at this, like, he's not lying. He's not lying at all. I also do agree with Chris here. You know, they understand that Swift is outdated. They understand that there's a major need for innovation. We know that crypto is at the forefront of that innovation as well. You know, as we do look at the SEC, yeah, they are stopping U.S. Innovation around competitiveness with crypto. But I do think that this is all by plan, right? It's not going to be an easy battle. And I said it over on Twitter as well, and it's going all the way back to July 13th, but I believe in this statement more today than ever before, and I will continue to pioneer this statement as well. I said, you are extremely early. If you are here today, tomorrow, next week, just know you are a part of something special. Everyone will tell you that you aren't early, that crypto's a scam, and even make you question yourself. Screw them. Seriously, these people simply won't make it. Not everyone will get the idea of what's happening, and that's fine. Look at the actual number of people holding assets and I do mention a ton of projects. I said we are still in the process of building. Imagine when it all goes live, the IMF, the BIS, the World Bank, the central bankers, they all can't stop talking about DLT and blockchain technology. They see it, they get it, and they will use it. They will tell you the opposite, but we know they will use it. And I do think that this is the same scenario with regulators. I think that regulators are trying to go heavy after the space to kind of create this narrative around crypto to shake out as many people as possible and make people question crypto itself. And I even said, like, welcome to the fourth industrial revolution. Millionaires and billionaires will be made. We are different players in this game. The retail sector will go to sleep one day and wake up to an entirely new world. This new world we already see today, but it's still being built. Not everyone will make it, but that's why we are here putting in the time and effort. And yes, right, like, same with what Chris Larson said over here. Like, we know the piping is outdated. It needs to be ripped out. We need new piping, and it's happening. FedNow is a huge example of this, right? We're starting to see the infrastructure being upgraded to accommodate for these assets and accommodate for these systems and solutions. And I think that we're getting there day by day. We're starting to see more and more, big players like NASDAQ and BlackRock and all of the other players talking about crypto, talking about adopting it. ETFs, all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, it's hard to have a discussion about the markets.
Sorry. And as we really kind of look at this, right, like, we still have some time, but it is absolutely incredible to be able to be in the space today before all the big money flows in. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this. Before this, been Nick. Peace out, guys.